it's not gonna do it this way, the way I was gonna originally do it. The overlap there. Because then I'll just cut on the inside of that line. There we go. Okay. So let's test that out and see how well that fits in there. So I'm going to get really close to the line here. Cutting just on the inside of it so that I can trim again if I need to. There's that. Now let me mark it to length again. Okay. So it is going to be slightly too wide right now. So that'll fit over the top. So that actually might be just perfect to do it like that, instead of fitting it inside. Well, that's just basically perfect. Okay, so let's just see how that looks. Okay, so that's what it's going to do in terms of diffusing. So let me actually clean that edge up a bit, overlapping just a little. Okay. A little bit closer now. You know, I can actually even take a little more than that. There we go. So now let me put that line on. There's my
I'll give you the same.
Law and Order that I'm watching while I'm modeling. it is. Okay. So that's going to work really well. Yep. Okay. So I'm going to just straighten this out a little bit. Just running it down some sandpaper here. Really enjoying this build. I was a little worried at first about how I was going to do everything on it, but now that it's coming together, I like the solutions that I've come up with for a lot of it. You know, if I just trim a little bit more, I'm going to try that. So I'm going to tape down the length of this, keep it from moving. I'm going to grab my steel straight edge. And I'm going to take my handy dandy X-Acto knife. Just trim that little bit more right there. Go. Nice. Okay. So that diffuser is going to work really well now. I'm going to just tap it down with some canopy glue. Both ends of this. Put some right here in the middle too. Oh, come on, come on. Don't turn off on me. I've got a little bit of an edge right there. So let me trim that one more time. Just glue off of there. just a little teeny tiny bit right in the way. Yep. See how this is now. Alright, there she is. Now I'll just let that secure. And then while that's doing that, I'm going to touch up these two spots. Alright, here we go. Oh, had a little mishap right here. Fix that while I got the green. There we go. Really liking that. That is going to be good. Let me show you what I've got going with the motors too, and the wing assembly. So, you can see how I've got the motors mounted in there. And those will just clip on. Come on. There we go. Like that. Okay. And you see that I've done the shrink wrap tubing on that. I'm hoping that'll make it look like some conduits and piping up in the engine well. The wheel, or the wheel well I should say, this is going to be well covered over. Oh my goodness. Okay. So everything should be fine. And you won't really be able to see up in there anyway, but I just want to, try to mask things as much as possible. Now, what I found in watching some footage of some actual C47s, it turns out that both propellers are spinning counterclockwise. And I would have thought that maybe on the port side you'd be rotating counterclockwise, and then on the starboard side you'd be rotating clockwise, but that's not how it was. Both engines are rotating counterclockwise. I watched the startups on both motors separately, and it's exactly the same, and I'm not sure why it is that way, but it is. So that's what I'm going to go with. That's what you have. So I've got all of that set up, and now I just am trying to finish up the fuselage so that I can start getting all of this together and then figure out where the wiring is going to come down out of. I've done it out of the wheel wells in the past on other kits, and on this one I can come down out of one of the main wheel wells, or I can bring it down out of the rear wheel well, and I've been thinking about that because I can just drill a small hole on the back side so that the rear wheel still pivots and everything, and I can bring the wire down separately from that, which just means running all the wire underneath the fuselage, and there's plenty of room underneath it. And on the wing assembly, the wiring is going to be coming up into the underside anyway, so that's probably what I'm going to do, is just run the wiring down the back. I had wanted to try to see if I could make this kit run on battery and have somewhere for the battery to be stored, but there really isn't anywhere without like totally re-engineering elements of the fuselage, and I just didn't want to do that. So I've built a base for it, and it's going to be asphalt, and I've got that drying over on the side over here. Again, just using that trick that I discovered, I should have talked about before, just using some easy patch and spreading it out, letting it dry, and sanding it down and getting a nice kind of smooth but roughed asphalt look. And so this model will just be secured in place. Oh well, maybe not necessarily, because I could run the wires in such a way that they can clip. Oh god, just too many ideas. So that's where we are with the C47 right now, and maybe by the end of the week I'll have this done. Thanks.